What's going on, everybody? Shout out to everybody in the building. Do appreciate each and every one of you for making it on in today. We about to get into this thing. Going to be talking about the modern man and what's expected. What do they try to put on you? The type of egalitarian thought process that they try to put on you, to where even to the point to where you're a successful millionaire, putting a woman in a position where she could really just stay home and pop out babies and just be mother of the year. But no, her career must be considered, her aspirations, even if those aspirations are uh, uh, pretty intrusive. You must support those aspirations, her career goals. Even if those career goals means, yeah, we're going to get into it. You got to support it. You got to be there for her. We about to get on into this. Strap on in, everybody. I'm trying not to even fully lay it all the way out right now. We're gonna ease on into it. We're gonna ease on into it, but strap on in. Let's get ready to go. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Shout out to everybody in the building. Do appreciate each and every one of you. Shout out to the early bird squad, those of you that make it in bright and early before we even get things started. Do greatly appreciate you. Omega Dreads, I see you in the building. Let me get to everybody. As RM says, as she always says, on the way in the building, you're going to want to hit the like button. And let everybody know that you're here. That lets everybody know that you're here. Gets us in the algo. JB in the building says, looks like Pornhub will have a new star. I think they were already stars. I don't. That part I don't know. Like this LB Crypto post is it's funny to me because he said, for research purposes, I look into Adam 22 adult content. That's Adam 22 of No Jumper. For those that don't know, he's been doing adult films. Him and his wife. Well, she was already an adult film star beforehand, and then so I think he kind of got into it with her. But the rule, she could only do girl scenes or threesome scenes with him. but he finally gave his blessing to let her, you know, do a scene with another guy. That's the story. That's what broke a few days ago. So, with sometimes with situations like this, curiosity can kill the cat. But for this one, not with me. I didn't go. No interest. I didn't go look up none of their work, none of their content. I didn't go look up none of it. But curiosity killed the cat for LB Crypto. He says, for research purposes, I look into Adam 22 adult content. Man, they are some raunchy mofos. Hey, curiosity couldn't kill when curiosity didn't embolden me to search any further. Celine in the building, but we are about to get into his explanation why he gave the blessing for her to get piped down by probably a Mack truck. Who knows what that guy had? And it was, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to get into the psychology behind that. But let me shout out everybody. Celine in the building. Shout out to you. Shout out to Celine. She says, if it was another white guy, it wouldn't have been as big of a deal for him. But it's hard for him because this guy's his polar opposite. That's an interesting take. That's an interesting take. You know. What if it just was a white dude that looked just like him? Would it bother him? But no, a big black dude, yeah, that's I'm sure that hits different. No pun intended, right there. But I'm sure that's what's making it feel different for him. All right, let me shout out a few more people with the building before we get into it. Omega Drag, Celine, Maurice, Delk in the building, Aaron B, Iceberg, holding my nuts in the building. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate it. Who else we got in here? Sin, Seven Sin. I think that's what that is. Shout out to you. Who else we got in here? See Gully. Yeah, you got the accidental joke when I said it hit different. There's coochie stretched out now. Man, cut it out. So, all right, okay. Well, cut the music. We got to read Snuggles, and then we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna dig right into this thing. Says, so what is the problem with the man giving his wife permission to do something that was agreed upon? How does this affect everyone else? It's not about how does it affect everyone else. That's always a deflection tactic when somebody is trying to put a cape on for a certain type of behavior. Not saying that's what you're doing, Snuggles, because I know you're an impartial fabric softener teddy bear. But when people do social commentary podcasts, they do talk. You're going to talk about a great wide variety of things that doesn't directly affect your personal life, but you have a general understanding that there's a such thing as an intellectual war of ideas, a zeitgeist or paradigm, or what's in the mindset, the frame of mind, the lexicon of the people, so to speak. To some degree, a culture war is how some people would describe it. As that's a lot how I would describe it. Now, at an individual level, an individual man doing what he wants to do, and if he agrees, like hell, it's some guys who actually get off on that. They want to watch. They want to sit in the corner and watch their woman get plowed by a guy, and they prefer the guy to be more endowed than them and black. So, I mean, there's people who are into it. I'm going to play the videos that shows that he's not into it. He just reluctantly acquiesced to what she wanted. And even in this modern age, when a man is providing for her, he's going to talk about the financials of his social media platforms, of the No Jumper podcast, and how much money he makes. He makes millions. Just to cut right to the chase. He makes millions, $1 million a month, just with No Jumper alone. And he said it's something else that they do that makes close to that. So We're talking about a man who makes $2 million a month, married a woman who, and they're talking, he said they're going to have kids at some point, and, like he, in his heart of hearts, he would be cool with, her getting out of the game and just being his wife and raising his kids. You could just hear it in his voice. That's what he wanted. And he's literally providing everything for her to put her in the most comfortable position she could possibly be in, where she could just breathe and say, you know what, I don't got to chase these career aspirations of getting getting my insides rearranged. I don't gotta pursue these aspirations no more. I can just I can leave all that, as that's a term in the Bible, leave and cleave. I can leave all that and cleave to my husband, be a wife and mother, and do all of that. But no. They're going to be talking about her career goals and her aspirations. Even though his career goals and aspirations has made them millionaires, he got to be concerned about her career and how she feels. And that's just been the tide and the time and true deal. If a man extends to that level of manhood, where he's just outperforming everybody in man world, and he gives all of that to you, his millions, he married you, he's everything that he is, he's giving it to you. The only thing in return is, don't go get your insides rearranged by somebody else. That's a fair deal. But he got to reluctantly acquiesce to her wants, needs, and desires, and her career aspirations, even if they mean getting her insides rearranged. So yeah, that's something going on in the mind of the modern man. But without further ado, we're about to get on into it. This these clips that I'm about to show, courtesy of MTR, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. I didn't go and find all this stuff on the internet. It might have been quicker, but I just edited all the parts where MTR wasn't talking in his video. So I'll give him credit for going to find all this stuff, or whoever. He probably has a team at this point who finds all his stuff. But either way it goes, got to give some credit where some credit is due, because it was his video, but he's kind of edited out of it. But if I do like that, see, I can see MTR gonna be like lightweight riding shotgun today, but he won't be on camera. But you may hear him say, "What? What the hell?" You're gonna hear him say you're gonna hear him say some stuff like that. So let's go ahead. We about to get into this wild and wacky video. And thank you, RM, for reminding me, because I always forget. I have to let me scroll down here and get this queued up and ready to go. And special shout out to the one and only Machismo TV.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
We've done so much with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything or everything or anything with nothing. I got to get that right so I can just spit it off and reel it off. That's like the best tagline ever. I got to be able to spit that off without stuttering, because that's just beautiful. But shout out to Machismo TV, the best male-centric clips channel in the business. Definitely go and check them out. Definitely go and subscribe to them. But all right, we're about to get on into this. Let's get ready to go. Let's get it.
Hey guys, guess what I'm shooting with today? It's finally happening.
Now, whoever did this is absolute complete horrible person, showing all the beautiful wedding pictures. How they just look so happy, and so in love. And then now they're showing her like 5 minutes before the insides get rearranged. I mean, it's it, yeah. that side by side is just it just looks bad. It looks bad. And we're going to get into in the videos where Adam 22 talks about it. He says the only reason that he didn't want to do it is because he didn't want to be, that guy to get clowned on the internet for a week. He said, but he said, I don't think that's a good enough reason. But no, I think it is. I think it is. But let's go.
Hey guys, guess what I'm shooting with today? It's finally happening. Wow, I did not know you were going to do that.
She shot her first ever scene with another man. First ever
Real
scene.
quick, I just wonder how that hits for a dad when you're giving away your porn star daughter away at a wedding. Look at the picture to the left. I just wonder how that hits. I just, they got to hit kind of different. Some men, I understand, like there's a wide variety of men. I remember I worked with a guy. His daughter was a stripper, and she was bad. She was bad, and he had her business cards in his wallet, and she was on the business card with the cheeks all out, and he was showing the guys at work like he was proud, like look at my daughter. So I know every man is different. Every man is different. So I'll just say that and we'll keep it moving. I'll say that and we'll keep this thing moving. Let's go. But shout out to, before we get back into this video of Adam 22 giving the tell all and how he feels about this. Let's go. Melanie King. Who is that? I'm just playing. Okay. Ferrari 7773 says Melanie King makes the same argument that monogamy is unnatural for her. Monogamy is unnatural for her. Religion forces us to be monogamous. It is true that monogamy is not natural. It is true. I can't deny that. I can't deny that. But we do live in a modern society with certain social norms, customs, traditions, and expectations, and a lot of the things that we do that are social constructs, they're not necessarily bad. They may very well be better for society, but I fully understand and accept that human beings are not naturally monogamous, particularly men biologically. I've said this plenty of times. I'll say it again, and I'm all covered up right there, but thank you for that super chat. I do appreciate that. Thank you for putting 5 on it. I've said this before. I say it again. Biologically speaking, mating success for a man is reproducing with as many women as possible. Mating success for a female, I shouldn't say a man. Mating success for a male is propagating your DNA with as many female suitors as possible. Mating success for a male. Mating success for a female is reproducing with the best male possible. So the way their biology is set up and how they're pregnant for the long period of time, at the primal gene Darwinian level, I think they are more they're more suited for monogamy. And the whole, we know who the baby is when a woman is pregnant, we don't know who the daddy is. Like there's arguments to be made there, but at the end of the day, it's nothing in it that says a woman is biologically supposed to be attached to one man and only have sex with one man. Those are modern social social constructs. It is. So even though that when you get with a woman, you expect her to be faithful, especially if you're providing for her everything that Adam 22 is providing for this woman. You expect her to not have her insides rearranged by by the guy who was right there making his chest muscles move behind her.
Really happening. Wow.
You expect her not to do that, even though you understand that from a biological standpoint, it's nothing in the human animal. Yes, we are animals too. There's nothing in the human animal that absolutely positively says that we are to be monogamous. Those are modern day social constructs and expectations. But I understand what you're saying. You're saying religion is the one that forces that. Yes, religion is one of the things that force that. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. I'll get into that a little more. I'll get into that a little more as we go along. I want to get the video. I want to get these videos in. Car designer Chris in the building says, "Not a card with his daughter's ass out." Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And he
What
was
do we
showing
get
it.
for $10? Everything you want.
He was showing everybody, and he was proud. He was proud of his baby. He was. But Mike and Vince Perkins in the building says red rum is natural, by the way. Yeah. It's a lot of things that's natural. It doesn't mean that we should just overindulge in it. So when I say something is, see, a lot of people say something is natural to try to make excuses for all sorts of behavior. I don't do that, but I do acknowledge that there are some things that are natural. There are some things that are societal social constructs. There are some bad social constructs. There are some good social constructs. There are some bad things that are natural. There are some good things that are natural. We need to use our higher mammalian brain and sort it out and figure out what makes what makes the most sense for how we ideally would want to live. That I think, taking all the ratchet shit that we about to be talking about today aside, that's probably the best way to explain it. Trying to, if I'm digging deep into some moral philosophy. Now let's get into this shit right now. Let's get into this shit.
Oh, over the weekend.
That shows growth.
Man. Oh. Over the ever seen
Without you.
Oh no.
Her first ever seen.
God damn.
She shot her first ever.
What the hell? What? And wearing Beyonce's wedding anniversary dress? What? I wouldn't know that. It's not some information that I would know. All right. Shout out to RM for knowing that. But all right.
Seen
Without you.
with another man. Oh. Over the weekend.
That shows growth.
Oh. Over the week. Ever seen
Without you.
Damn, I'm trying to make it start. Okay, here we go.
She shot her first ever seen
Without you.
with another man. Oh. Over the weekend.
That shows growth.
That shows growth.
Man.
I do have an announcement.
All right, so the homeboy just said it shows some growth. It shows growth. That's where modern men are headed. And going back to what I said about the social constructs, it's like men can be socially constructed into being completely okay with women sleeping around and doing all of this stuff. We can be socially constructed into thinking it's okay, but there's also an aspect of provision that's not necessarily a social construct because men always provided for women. So that part of it is being maintained as natural. So that aspect of it still being in play. Well, if a man was providing, like killing the animals for and hunting and bringing back food for a woman and protecting the woman, yeah, he just didn't let nobody else come in and smash either. That guy would get his head crushed. So that's actually natural too. So it's like they're pushing men to the point to where we're thinking it's growth that we're okay and down with the woman that we're doing all the traditional things. When I say traditional, I'm not even necessarily talking about the 50s. We're going back to, early humans a man doing all the traditional things for her, but being completely 100% okay with her getting piped down by somebody else. Like, that's not growth, that's regression. Like I said, understand and accept that they're not naturally monogamous creatures either. But if you are doing all of those things for her, that's part of the trade-off. That's been part of the deal. So, yeah. Yeah.
I just want to break it to you guys so that you guys all know what's going on, which is basically
You're quitting on us, bro.
I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting, but I'm going to
They thought he was about to announce that he was ending the show, that he was quitting the show. No, it was worse. He said Cacodry is naturally European. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It seems like that with the porn. It just seems like that with the porn.
tell you something that might blow your mind.
All right, blow my mind then.
Hey,
Early enough.
yo.
After 7 years with my girl,
Relax, Sharp.
this is not the breakup conversation. I realize it might have sounded like that right there for a second.
Yeah.
After 7 years together, she shot her first ever scene
Without you.
with another man. Over the weekend.
That shows growth.
That shows growth. Bro, but they get on your ass saying that you don't have it in you to disagree with me. So I'm going to.
That's not growth. That's regression. That's you doing your end and her not honoring her end. That's you doing your end and then being coerced into being okay with her not honoring hers. But you have to be thinking in things in terms of full egalitarianism in order to get to that point.
Use this as an example. Tell me how you really feel.
What about her? Listen, for the money, you don't want to hear what I'm
the
talking
money.
about for the money, young.
Right.
I'm gonna tell him.
For
Makes
the
sense.
money, young.
Yeah.
I disagree. I could disagree with Adam if he told a lie. Like you try to stay away from bullshit on the podcast. It's like, all right, how I really feel is that I need my girl to go out and shoot a motherfucking porno solo scene so she can bring that bag back home. This is a business, nigga. This is business.
To me, it was kind of like.
the nature in which they're talking around it, you know, Adam 22 was expecting pushback. These dudes, they're not. It's almost like they just being go along, get along gang with it. You know, they're not saying what they're thinking. Like, they know that they're talking to a millionaire, a man who makes close to $2 million a month. He's going to say that later on in the show. They know they're talking to a man that makes $2 million a month. Like, there's no amount of bag that she's going to get that they not already getting. So, like, that's nonsense to just say that, oh, you know, hey, you know, she getting that bag. Like, I mean, it's feasibly possible that with some regular people living off, you know, 40, 50, 60K, if there was a proposition put on the table, $2 million to let your wife get piped down by Lexington Steel. It's like, you know, there's some people in some situations that got to think twice about that. Or maybe not even think twice, just do it. But, you know, but they not in that situation. So it's for him to try to frame it as if that's the situation, that's him just dodging it. That's him just dodging it.
Like, the reality is that her career has been, you know, helped by me for sure, but also held back by me to a certain extent because of the fact that we would only shoot together. And
Take a man to realize that shit.
Take a man to realize that, dude, your career has been, her career has been helped by him, but held back by him because she only can shoot with him or with other women. It's like, at what point do you as a man say, fuck her career? At what point? Like, he's more, I heard about her because of this. I knew about him. Everybody knows about him. He's rich and famous and built on his own. His career and everything that he's built is what he's providing for her. To where she's just living just the perfect life. Like her career aspirations, yes, that's on the back burner. Especially if it means her getting her insides rearranged by somebody else. Yes, that shit is on the back burner. It's like men shouldn't be in a situation where they have a hard time saying that or understanding that or realizing that. To where, well, I got to consider her career because my fame, because all the men that know who he is, and they're like, oh, him and his wife, they got an OnlyFans, and they bring in some of the other top female porn stars, and they do all kind of stuff with them, and all kind of stuff going on. So basically, he made her. He made her this big star that people actually care that she have sex with other men. Like, she was just some chick. So this career that he's saying he has to yield and consider is a career that he made. Like, that is wild.
Number one thing that she gets asked, that she gets requested, whatever, is they want to see her shoot with another guy. And, we've kind of had the conversation over the years, and I started to come to this realization that the reason why I didn't want her to do it was not because of my own personal jealousy or anything like that. It was really just the fact that I didn't want to be the guy who got roasted on the internet that week. I didn't want to be the one that everybody was making videos about, whatever. And I slowly started to feel like that's kind of a stupid reason for me to hold her back from doing something that would realistically be very, very good for her career.
Oh, man. Man, that is wild. Okay, just backing up. It is a good reason. It is a good reason to not do it. That is more than a good enough reason. A man's respect amongst his peers is vitally important. And the respect that he has, not just amongst his peers, but amongst his audience, amongst the people that look to him, that subscribe to him, that follow him, and interested in what he's doing, what he's talking about, who he's talking to, and all of that. Respect, being the man amongst men. Yes, that's important. Yes, that's valuable. Having the whole internet roasting you, yes, that brings your stock down. Now, it draws you some traffic. It does. But it no doubt brings your stock down. It no doubt, so no, you can't tell me that it just doesn't matter. You can't tell me that just does not matter. All right. Shout out to, where was that comment? Fantastic made a comment, something about pimps believe in wife and hoes. I saw it, but I was in the middle of ranting and I let it slip by. If you can find that comment, put it on the screen. Fantastic said, so I want to make sure I read that one. I saw it in mid rant. Oh, here we go. It says, pimp logic. Pimps believe in wifing a bitch after she retires from doing it. Yeah. They do wife they bottom bitch. I don't understand pimp language. I mean, seem like the top one would be the bottom, or I mean, I don't. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, it they do that. They retire. The pimp and the bottom bitch retire together. So for the homeboy, that dude, that one dude who was clapping. Where he at? Homeboy that was clapping with the little slick back, with the taper, with the slick back. Yeah, he's a pimp, so I hear. So that's all good with him. So that's all good with him. All right, let's get into it. What's the song in Machismo Advert? Adam 22 Simp Down. Yeah. It's there's a lot of problem areas here. We about to get into them. Mike and Vincent Perkins in the building says red rum is natural, by the way. Yeah, we are already talked on that one. Carlo in the building says, what's the song? I don't know. I don't know. That I don't know. I'm sure he'll be in the chat room. You can ask him. Mike and Vince Perkins in the building says Cocodri is naturally Euro. The most stepdaddyingest group is us. Okay, there's parallels that can be drawn and dots that can be connected between being a stepdaddy and being a cuck, but the fact of the matter is, from the moment you arrive there, is she if she's not knowingly, if you're not just knowingly allowing her to go have sex with other people, then you're not exactly cucking. But I understand the parallels. When we're looking at this cuckoldry thing, almost every black man that I've talked to who've messed with white girls has had the offer put on the table that a white guy, particularly her boyfriend or husband, would like to be in the room and watch. Like, so when they say it's naturally Euro, I don't know if it's naturally Euro, but I do know that they're into that. A very noticeable percentage of them are into watching their woman get smashed by a big black man. That they're into it. Like the dude get not the woman, the dude gets turned on by it. Like, I don't think we have that affliction. But yeah, wifing up single mothers. Yeah. We do have that affliction. That's a different affliction, not the same affliction. Uno in the building says, white men, the face of cocodry. Corn isn't a job. Thank you for the super chat. Do appreciate that. And their careers do not matter. Verse to giving life. I don't know what you mean by matter verse to giving life. You think giving life, her having his kids is more important than her career of now getting piped down by big black men. But yeah, I'm hearing they already got kids. I don't know that much about their personal life, but I'm hearing RM just put something in the back showing that they already got kids. They got a family, the whole works and everything. Big happy family. And there's something to be said there that if you're that guy and you wife up MTR riding shotgun right there, because I lifted this off of his stuff. His commentary won't be in it, but I did lift this off of him. So shout out to MTR for doing the research and putting all the money shots in one spot for me. Do got to give you some acknowledgement. But yeah, shit, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying that fast. It'll have to come back to me. I forgot completely. Oh, no, I got it now. There's a such thing or something to be said about a guy who started out, a guy who was messing with a porn star, knew he was messing with a porn star. She was getting piped down on screen when they met. Shout out to Zion. If him and Mariah Mills actually got together for real, it's like you knew what she was doing. There's an element of that, but obviously Zion got the money to give her a buyout. Okay, it's some dudes who like may meet a porn star, may start dating a porn star, they make regular, regular good money, somewhere in the six figures. She's making higher into the six figures. If she get to producing, directing, getting behind the camera, OnlyFans, we know how they make money. She can get to the point where she's making millions, and you just like her boyfriend that she have sex with off camera. It's like you're in a situation where you signed up for that. What I'm saying is Adam 22, he's not necessarily in that situation, because what he's doing just off the strength of his his business with and everything that he's done, everything that he's built, he's outperforming her. She's performing better only because of him, because they cross advertise. So he uses the thing that he built to funnel customers into to watch her. It's like you made yourself, then you made her, but now you got to consider her career. It's like that doesn't make sense. That does not make logical sense. But let's roll. Where we at?
No,
Can we talk numbers at all in terms of like income? Are you comfortable sharing any of that?
sure, I don't care.
What is the whole brand make in a month or in a year?
I mean, No Jumper might bring in $1 million a month,
Wow.
and then Plug Talk,
Crap.
not quite as much, but in the ballpark arena of that.
How?
And
How
yeah,
do we-
where's
how do
it?
we do that, Jeff?
Yeah, you got to
God.
consult us on the. Is it
Jeez.
sponsorship revenue?
Not really. That's how we would get to $2 million a month, is if we had a fucking Barstool Sports type ad sales team really
Yeah.
blanking in our shit in ads. No, I mean, a big part of it's Patreon. We have a Patreon that does 6 figures a month. Facebook has been insane. We're making a couple $100,000 a month on Facebook. YouTube does good.
I got to figure out how to make money on Facebook. I be hearing a lot of people saying that now, that they killing it on Facebook. I got to figure that out. I got to figure out what's going on Facebook. You said Destiny is next. I think that's already a thing. I think that's already a thing. I think you late on that one, bro. I don't know for sure, but I think you late on that one.
Because the truth is that the guy that she shot with is somebody that I'm very cool with, that I spent time around. I trust him. When she went off to go do this shit, it didn't, I wasn't like hurting inside, just
wasn't
knowing that she was doing. No. I stayed home. I'm not being the driver.
I'm not watching or being the driver though. But at the end of the day, bro, like I said, I'm pretty sure Sharp got the same thing to say as me about that.
I don't know. Sharp's a little more misogynistic
Sharp,
than you. Let's hear it, Sharp. What do you think when you hear this?
I look at it like this, man. You understand, and I'm just gonna be transparent. Both of y'all, time's ticking. You only got so much time in this industry. The porn star industry is like a good haircut. You could be here today looking good, gone tomorrow, and it's just over. You know what I mean? So I feel like do it and capitalize off it now while you have the chance to capitalize on it, and don't wait until shit starts to fall at an all-time low to say, okay, we'll finally do it.
Y'all
That is a ridiculous statement. That is a statement that you make if the whole adult film industry was the only card that they had to play. If she was looking at them like, listen, this is our meal ticket. This is how we eat. This is how we're successful. This is how we live where we live and make the money that we make. I got to go all in on this. I can't limit my career because, you get your feelings hurt if I have sex with another man. You having sex with other women. This is how we eat. This is what we do. You signed up. You knew the game. Like, if it was no such thing as the No Jumper podcast and that was their meal ticket, I think she would have an argument to stand on. He would have a few things that he got to consider. But because that's not the case, it's like the whole logic of, oh, well, an adult film star, particularly a woman, she only has a small window, because when they start out is they doing is teen porn. I've tripped up the algorithm a million times. It go from teen porn, and then you turn 25, and now you're doing MILF porn. It's like that. It's a short window. it's like the windows are short. So yeah, you got to strike while the iron is hot. I get it. She ain't in that situation. She's married to a man who's going to make more money doing what he do, and his job, what he do, is timeless. You could do what he do pretty much forever. You could be Larry King. He could be the Larry King of this generation in a little bit. He just gonna be, he could be old as hell with face tattoos, still interviewing people. You could literally do what he do forever. It ain't so they not in a situation where it's all or nothing. They gotta go for broke. Like no, it's like why are men making these arguments? Like these arguments don't apply. The only thing that applies and matters is he 100% okay with it, good with it, and even like it? Like that's the only those are my only questions. Now he just said something right now that soft shoot it as if he was, not really, as if he was good with it. Then some other stuff is going to come out later on as I make it through the video that's going to basically show that no, he's not okay with it. You do feel some type of way about it.
Gotta hit it while it's high.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it from a business perspective. Y'all already married, bro. That's your chick. She ain't going no motherfucker where. All right, talking about what are you talking?
Let's see. They was together for 7 years. They got married in the last year. Once after they got married, then she threw down the gauntlet and put it on the table that she wanted to do a scene with another man. Do you think it's possible that she's using the mere fact that she's now married and got him under legally binding contracts on him, that now she could use that as leverage to put out some stuff or proposition some things that he otherwise would give an emphatic no to, but kind of got him by the balls, maybe, just maybe. I mean, she didn't offer that shit when she was just a girlfriend. Just saying. She got them legally binding documents on him, and now I want Mecha Tyrone to rearrange my insides. I'm just saying. Just throwing that out there.
Talking about you leaving.
But
shout out to everybody in the building. Appreciate everybody supporting the stream. We'll be getting to all of the super chats. I see you, Tony Golden. She said she even smashed Adam Homie. Yes, he said that he was cool with the guy, knows the guy. Yeah, the whole works. Let me get to this. Let me double check, make sure that nobody will see if anybody sent a cash app. Appreciate anybody supporting the stream. I've got to get my phone open, game, set, match, ready to go. All right. Cool. All right. Let's dig into it.
That's part of it too, is that we already know that we're going to probably have like another couple kids, and that this is just kind of like her doing what she can to make her OnlyFans go fucking crazy in the meantime, in the lead up to her basically exiting the game in a couple years, you know?
Dude, you can retire her now. Fuck her aspirations. Why do her OnlyFans need to blow up and have one last grand finale, one last hurrah before she quit? She could just quit now. It's like, why, if you're in the business of marrying a chick, you're in the business of wifing up a chick, and you're also in a business that makes you millions, how could you be in that and also be in the business of letting her get piped down by Mecha Tyrone? It's like, it just doesn't logically make sense. It doesn't logically make any sense. If she's saying she knows that it's going to come a time in her life where I'm just going to sit down and just pop out your babies and be mother of the year, I can't do that now. Why? My OnlyFans need to pop to its highest pop. I need to accomplish that goal. I need to be, when I retire to raise my children, I need to know that as many people jerked off to me as possible. It's like, it makes no sense. The financial increase is not going to be that much. And either way it goes, she's popular because of him. He he basically elevated her to whatever status that she has in that industry. He elevated her to that because of his success. That means that should be able to be taken off the table at any moment.
And that's why I didn't really want to be the one holding her back. And we even had that conversation. Like, even up to the moment that she left to go film the scene, she was telling me, like, listen, I'll not do it if you don't want me to do it. If it's gonna hurt you, if it's gonna bum you out, then, like, if it's gonna really, like, make you sad and it's gonna hurt your feelings, then I won't do it. And I told her, like, just go do it. I got 3 rules: don't kiss the motherfucker.
Period.
Don't let him know in your face.
Oh yeah. No money shot.
And I don't want to feel like I have to be cool with you doing it over and over and over after this. I'm like, if I can't handle it, and it's gonna be a one and done, then I want to have the right to kind of like make that call.
What if this like makes a crazy?
I know she probably sitting there like, oh, cool, I can do anal. No kissing, no, come on the face. That leaves so much on the table. Oh man.
Easy ass bag.
It will, because we're 50-50 on everything, right? Like the mortgage payments, everything. Like everything is 50-50. And she's like, do you want to like, would you rather have me just fall back on the porn stuff and just be a mom and we could just do that? Or would you rather
you said no?
Maybe.
That was MTR in the background. I lifted this off of, I'm jacking for beeps. That's MTR riding shotgun. I edited out his commentary because I know we agree, so I didn't even need to include his commentary. I just edited the parts where they were talking. But every now and then you're gonna hear MTR ad-libbing in the background saying, what? But yeah. Yeah.
Dip my toe into doing this shit a little bit more seriously. I told her, like the mortgage payments, everything, like everything is 50-50. And she's like, do you want to like, would you rather have me just fall back on the porn stuff and just be a mom and we could just do that? Or would you rather
you said no?
Maybe dip my toe into doing this shit a little bit more seriously. I told her, I'm okay with it. Like I want to at least give it a try. I want to see if I can handle it. I want to see if it bothers me knowing that shit's out there. I don't plan on sitting down and watching the full half-hour scene or whatever.
If it did bother you, then what? What was your plan then?
See,
all right. So, oh man, I can't escape or just skate past the mere fact that. Oh, listen, I ignored that part. Sin, I think I said your name right. That 50-50 stuff. That's a whole nother debate and discussion that we be having in a certain context. And I'm not trying to go down that rabbit hole right now. I'm really not trying to turn this into a 50-50 conversation. I think when I don't know. I think when rich people do that, they're doing it from a different perspective and a different reason. I'm not trying to break down all the different delineations of how relationships play out in terms of 50-50 and who paying what and when and why and where. That's a whole nother separate discussion. We're talking about the cacodery right now. That's what we own. But yeah. So the proposition was put out there, if you'd rather me just, raise our kids, I can do that. Well, no, I don't want to just tell you to just go and do that thing that makes sense. No, I want to wife you up traditionally and you still be a modern random OnlyFans chick. Yeah.
I'm okay with it. Like I want to at least give it a try. I want to see if I can handle it. I want to see if it bothers me knowing that shit's out there. I don't plan on sitting down and watching the full half-hour scene or whatever.
If it did bother you, then what? What was your plan then?
Facts, yoga certified. You could hear it in his voice. Hold on, wait, no, that's what I meant to say. Right there. Hold on. Wait, right there. Voice cracking. The voice is cracking. You can hear the shit.
See, that's why I was a little surprised that after she did it, it was like giving me a little bit of the bubble guts. A little bit of like, I'm not 100% sure.
If your woman did something and it made you have to shit after she got done, then chances are that you've just been acquiesced and cucked into doing into being okay with something that you're not naturally okay with. You swallowed the egalitarian pill and her career matters and this or that or blah blah blah. Even if I'm successful and rich and taking care of her and the kids and doing everything I'm supposed to do as a man, I have to be okay with whatever her aspirations are, even if the thought of it make me shit on myself.
Just that feeling. But to be fair, like she told me the same exact thing. Where
yeah, dark relief. Her insides wasn't feeling quite the same either. Her insides wasn't feeling quite the same either.
First time that yeah, I know. It's like the first time you catch a body, right? Like, well, I hear. I've been with my girl for 7 years. We just got married. We're not in an open relationship, but from a porn perspective, we shoot with other girls, stuff like that, right?
Yeah. But no other guys is busting her coochie and ass out.
Well,
hey, I don't know who this guy is, but that was funny. I probably need to watch it, this whole little sector of YouTube a little more and see what be going on over there. I don't watch Adam 22 that much. I don't know. So I don't know if these are regular people on the show. I mean, that's Destiny. Destiny got his own thing going on. I do recognize Destiny, obviously, but I don't know who these other two cats are. But her pussy and ass ain't being busted out, is it?
You guessed it. Over the weekend.
Oh no.
Something like that happened.
Oh no.
She filmed her first ever scene with another man.
I know you was mad.
Shit.
I know you was mad.
You was angry.
I agreed to it. So I wasn't. I say angry might not be the word.
But you was kind of like disappointed a little bit. Like,
look.
vibe like, that's your sitch.
I agreed to it. She gave me a lot of outs on the way in. Like, she kind of kept telling me, like, if you don't want me to, I won't do it.
You should have said no.
Yeah, you should have.
I said that I wanted her to do.
This is the only person, homeboy to the upper right corner is the only person keeping it real. Like, dude, you could have said no. You should have said no. You're in position to say no. And she just would have had to accept it. And,
I'm like, on top of millions of dollars. I
right.
Do that shit.
Right, fact.
Boom! I didn't even hear that part when I first watched it, but damn.
Do it. I'm like,
on top of millions of dollars.
Right.
Do that shit.
He said, you got millions on top of millions of dollars. You don't got to do that shit. Like, there's an argument to be had if her OnlyFans was their meal ticket, she could legitimately make an argument and throw the gauntlet down. Like, this is what we're making it off of. I got to do this thing while I still can. I got to make hay while the sun shines. It ain't gonna be shining too much longer. Like, she could make an argument and then he would have to make a decision. But she don't have an argument because he has his own, his millions. If he feels slightly not okay with it, then she don't have an argument. Homeboy is telling him the truth. Finally, somebody told him the truth that, look, you got millions on top of millions. You don't got to put up with that shit.
Do it. I'm like, on top of millions of dollars.
Right.
Do that shit.
Fair
Facts.
But I told her, I'm like, I think you should do it. Let's get it out the way.
So how do you vibe about it now?
I think it should be a.
So how do you feel about it now? But hold on. I want y'all to look at just how much velocity his drink had when he put it back on the table and how it slid across the table. He put that drink down hard. Hold on.
I think it should be a big deal.
Hold on.
But then after she actually did it, I'm not gonna lie. I told her, I'm like, I think you should do it. Let's get it out the way.
So how do you vibe about it now?
I think it should be a big deal. Yeah. But then after she actually did it, I'm not gonna lie, I did feel kind of odd.
Neighborhood crib.
Yeah. Yeah, see, he's admitting that he don't feel so well. He don't feel so well about this. You know, that's a sticky situation. I mean, it's not even a sticky situation. I mean, I'm saying sticky situation. That's implying that it's nuance and details to it and things that have to be considered and broke down honestly. It's like, no, it's like you're in position to give firm no's. You're in position to let your no's be no, and you didn't want to do it. You reluctantly yielded. Oh my goodness. Modern man going down bad. Millionaires, super successful men in careers that can in a career that could stand the test of time. You're not gonna tear your ACL and not be able to do the No Jumper podcast no more. It's like, no, you could do that forever. Like, y'all good. Y'all are as good as y'all could possibly get. Like he has the career that people dream of, and honestly lived the life that he has the sex life that people dream of. You know, he got his girl, he got his woman, they got kids. He has a career that makes him close to $2 million a month. And on the side, as a side gig, a side hustle, him and his girl have threesomes with some of the, some of the baddest, hottest female porn stars out there. I mean, you dodging STDs, yeah, but other than that part right there, other than trying to dodge them STDs, he's living the life that some men dream about, you know. But yeah, I mean, I think to be in that position, to be in that position, and just not be okay with it, and just not have the balls or testicular fortitude to just say no, you're not doing that. You're gonna quit this whole little OnlyFans thing. You said you're gonna quit it eventually. I'm just gonna go ahead and just get it out the way and retire you right now. And that's just that. That's just all to it. He couldn't do that. Okay, I think that's Drady Larking in the building. Says he tried to convince himself. Now he's married. He can lose, man. He can lose half, and she was too happy about this. Listen, you are hitting the nail on the head. You are legit hitting the nail on the head, and that's what I said earlier. She had all the time in the world to she had all the time in the world. I put the link in the chat. Anybody else want to come up and have their say on this one? Put the link in the chat. She had all the time in the world to essentially go and do that. They were together 7 years. They were together for 7 years, no, 6 years. Then they got married. After they got married, after she got papers on him. Once she got the papers on him, then she rolled that out. He put his firm foot down and say, no, ain't no way in hell you doing that. I'll shut this whole damn thing down and retire your ass and go nurse some babies or something. He go do that, and then she divorce him. She take half of whatever they've accumulated in terms, that $2 million that he's making a month. She take half of that, and then she can do interracial gangbang scenes forever and ever, until she retire. That's really the leverage that he's trying to that's the leverage that's on the table. Truthfully, just keeping it real, that's the true leverage that's on the table. But shout out to you. Do appreciate you coming through, dropping 5 on it. Also, Azrael, first up his name in the building, says Lucario is taking notes. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Get out of there. Get out of there. Nah, I'm not petty, so I would not do it. I always say, if you know, you know. The term is not enough toothpaste. I'm not going to play that clip, but that was just some of the most funniest shit I ever seen. But if you know, you know. But Tony Golden in the building says she even smashed Adam Homie. I already read that one, but thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody supporting the stream. As I wait for
These last $2, I'm not gonna lose.
says, but nah, even if you shut down the conversation, how do you get over the fact that she's thinking about it? The thinking about it part, I mean, truthfully, women, okay, here's a little cold, hard piece of reality. If you got a woman right now when y'all having sex and you catch her with her eyes closed for too long during the sex, I mean, sometimes when it feel good, the eyes just naturally close. But sometimes she's thinking about somebody else. So just so you can't just, oh, I can't deal with that. She's thinking about somebody. You don't know what's going on in somebody's head. They always think about something. But it is a certain level of like, what the hell type disrespect that you would even proposition that I'm going to, allow the world to see you just getting your insides rearranged. That there is something like you. It's disrespect in the ask, the request of even doing that. Like, there's certain things that a woman could request of you that is just like, damn, you think I would be okay with that? Like, you like, that was a normal question, so that part of it, is more of a thing right there to me. But yeah. But all right, one other thing I'll get into as I wait for people to come up. One other more thing I'll get into. This is something that came across the pipeline earlier today. That was that I liked it. I really like this, and where I'm at. Like to hear it go. Hold on, wait, not that. I'm trying to get that down. Like to hear it go. This is a major development in child custody. Yeah, when men speak up and raise their voices, people start to listen. And so there was a huge break that took place in Florida.
In the law effective July 1st, 2023. Another change in the law effective July 1st, 2023. This one relates to custody in the state of Florida, child custody. So in the past, prior to the change in the law, the courts would not default to anything. There's this term called a rebuttable presumption. So there was no rebuttable presumption that any time sharing was in the best interest of the child or children. The court would simply just make a determination based on the factors and come up with whatever they thought was best. The change, another small change but huge impact, and I'll try to paste it into this video, is that now the court has to follow the law, and the law says that there is a rebuttable presumption that 50-50 is in the best interest of the child. So listen to that. Starting from jump, the second you walk into a courtroom, the judge already believes that 50-50 is where we're starting. And from there, if you want either party to get less than that, you have to prove otherwise. Big change in the law, big change in custody, July 1st, 2023.
All right. There it is right there. What Florida has done. And then, yes, this guy, he's called the bearded lawyer or something like that. What Florida has done is the thing that I want everyone. I want it to be nationwide. What I want every state to do is make 50-50 be just the automatic. You start there. and then you got to work down. You have to prove. You don't start off in the bottom. You don't start off in the toilet and then gotta prove that you deserve 50-50. No, you start off with 50-50, and you could either prove that you deserve more, or she has to prove that you deserve less. But start off with 50-50. What that means is that dads are now, in Florida at least, innocent of being fathers. They're innocent unto proven guilty. Put it like that. When you start out with just pretty much the default not being 50-50, you're basically saying he's guilty of being a deadbeat, or just guilty of just, only deserving to be an uncle dad every other weekend and Wednesday from 5 to 8. He's guilty of only deserving that until he can come in and somehow prove that he can prove his innocence. He got to come in and prove his innocence, and now he can just be on equal playing field with the woman. No, that's basically saying he's starting out on an equal playing field. Now, I don't always not see you down there, Tony Golden. I'm about to go to you in a second. I don't want to over, pat ourselves on the back when we see stuff like that happening, because we don't know all the inner workings and all the plays that were made to go into that. We don't know that. We don't know that. But one thing I do know, remember when I said the culture war, the war of ideas? Nothing changes just out of the blue, out of nowhere. Sometimes it does, but most of the time it normally starts at the grassroots level. The people who the politicians, the people who change laws, they normally hear the voices of the people. They normally hear the voices of the people, and then they move accordingly. They just didn't kick down the door and shock everybody with some civil rights legislation. Like, no, the civil rights legislation, the civil rights movement was happening on the ground for a long time, and then they got it passed. They just didn't randomly kick down the door and say gay people can get married out of nowhere when 90% of the people were against it. No, the people on the ground, the grassroots, got to the point where they had convinced and swayed the majority of people that, hey, the majority of people in this country now supports gay marriage. And then instantly you can say, yeah, they gave Obama some money and did this or did that. But either way it go, the fact of the matter is Obama was against gay marriage when 49% of the country was against it, and 51 was 40. I think 51% of the country was against gay marriage and only 49 was for it. Obama was against it. Once that switched to where it got to 51 being in favor of it and 49 being against it, instantly Barack Obama changed his tune with the people. So what I'm saying is that when the people speaking about the people, I mean us, I mean men, voicing their concerns, their views, their thoughts, their ideas and perspectives, they understand that these men, they are voter base that, that want certain things. So they do yield to the voices of the people, because if they fight against the voices of the people, they're fighting against their own votes. They're fighting against their own seats that they want to sit in. So us lifting our voices, I don't care what nobody tells me, it plays a part in this thing. When we start seeing more states making it to where dads are innocent until proven guilty of being innocent of being good fathers until proven guilty of being deadbeats. When we see more states doing it that way, then that's how you know that we are making a difference. But all right, I did want to get that in before we got even further into it. Salty Ball is in the building with the $50 super chat. Says thine. Let me drop this down. But shout out to Pablo. Pablo sent me that. Shout out to Pablo. See, Salty Ball says, thine, she heathen, evoke the following spell, as she is the disciple of this demon, Genie. Genie, I dream of Weenie. Thank you for the super chat. All right. We are joined by Tony Golden. And you can make that a little bigger up there, by the way. That's real small. You can make that bigger. But go ahead and run that drop though. Or I'll get it.
Suck on my got chocolate salty balls. Put them in your mouth. Put them in your mouth and suck them and suck them.
Shout out to Salty Balls. Shout out to Salty Balls. Do appreciate you. All right. We are joined by Tony Golden. You have the floor. You have the mic. What's on your mind?
Hey man, seeing that the Adam 22 interview where he talks about his wife during her spicy entertainment, that's just so crazy. I don't know if you have Twitter, but he was on Twitter yesterday defending it, saying, well, if I'm a cook, then I guess I'm a cook. And he actually described the definition of a cook in his thing without knowing that he did it. He's, basically admitting that he's a cook.
Well, cuck get thrown around a lot, and sometimes when a word gets thrown around a lot, people have a tendency to forget the actual working definition of it.
Yeah.
So, in the interest of accuracy, let's define. Hold on, let's get it. Let's get the working definition.
I think it's a man who has a cheating wife. I looked it up a while ago.
All right, okay, my internet, I'm shocked I'm still on the air. My internet can't do nothing right now. That is weird. All right, so we'll just go with that. I don't know if it's just okay. I don't know if it's because if it's you're a cuck, just like let's just say she cheated and you ain't know and you found out and you're like, what the fuck? Then yeah. I think there's a certain amount of compliance that has to come with it.
Yeah, definitely. There's a certain amount of cuckery that you have to indulge in to be a cuck. But I think that was the actual definition of it. There's more of a colloquialism to cuck, which I think is more so what people generally use versus the actual connotation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm struggling to even get my internet to activate and pull it up so I can get the actual working definition. But that's interesting. You said you saw him on Twitter defending it, so to speak.
Yeah, I could probably find a screenshot, send it to you if you want to see it.
No, you can just describe it. You can just tell me what all was going on or what was saying or just what else you got. What's your general take on all of this?
No, that was pretty much it. I think it's pretty interesting, and he's very upfront about it. So I guess that's cool for him. But that way of living is just so weird, especially with your wife. And then, she smashed her homie, albeit it was early on in their relationship. They weren't even really together at that point. But it's just very bizarre to watch somebody live that life and be so upfront and out about it.
Yeah. No, he's the world is his oyster. Like he's a man who's in great position, the king of the world. Like it's like you don't have to you don't have to live like that. But we are joined by Idris. What is going on? No, hold on. I hope that ain't true. Sin7 says
what
the most searched topic on Cornhub. I hope that ain't true. But all right, go ahead. Idris, you got the floor. You got the mic.
What's missing in this whole situation is the fact that he opened himself up to this whole situation in the first place. Because beforehand, they were doing the Plug Talk show, and she seemed like she was cool with the fact that they were doing threesomes on a regular basis.
Well, hold on real quick. What is the Plug Talk show? I don't know.
All right, let me explain. Let me give you an explanation. Just give you a quick rundown of the Plug Talk. The Plug Talk is literally them interviewing adult stars, and then they do a movie afterwards. That's essentially what Plug Talk is. So what's missing in this whole situation is he was already in kind of an open relationship to begin with, and it was mostly in his favor.
Yeah, so, no, I understood that it was open. It was open his way.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to get down to the brass tacks is when I'm seeing like dudes are either clowning him or like trying to feel sorry for him, I'm cool with the clowning. That's fine. But as far as like the feeling sorry for the dude, he already had the relationship opened up. They were already doing they were doing scenes with other female adult
Mhm.
actresses. And so when you do shit like that, she might be cool with it, but you got to realize that it's going to swing right back around on you. And the moment that she got that ring on her finger,
Yep.
that's what happened. It swung back around. She essentially put the cuck clause into the marriage contract.
Cuck clause.
But she's like, and I wouldn't even doubt it if she was already doing things with other dudes, because this is seems like it's way too sudden for it to be believable. She was having her fun with other dudes. It's just that was the first time that she was doing a scene independent of him with another man. So
now
when I hear dudes trying to have sympathy, I'm like, you can't open up the relationship and then think she's not going to have her fun at some point.
Yeah, well, I don't think nobody. I mean, at least I haven't heard nobody really having sympathy. I've heard people more so clowning and roasting, or just trying to give a serious breakdown of the shit. But you just gave me some information that I didn't exactly know about. When I was saying that he essentially, you got to mute up, bruh. You got your babies making noise. All right. When he shit. Now, I had said that he basically made her career. Now, I didn't know to what degree he did, but when he said that I've helped her career, but I'm also holding it back. Now I get it, that he's made her career, because like him being Adam 22 and already having a successful No Jumper podcast, he transitioned into another podcast where, instead of interviewing the type of people that he interviewed on No Jumper, he just interviewed porn stars, and he interviewed porn stars with his wife. And then after the interview, they go and do a scene together. It's almost like he did that essentially to create a business for her. It's like he's taking something that he's already made $1 million doing, and figured out a way to make another million, and then let that be and like I'm basically giving you this. I'm using my name, my brand, my likeness to create this for you. It's like, so you talk about advancing her career. It's like, no, that's your career. Like, you made it. You created it. You give it, then you take it away. It's like, so that is furthermore the idea that like he feeling like he had to do that for her to
Bernard,
advance
I
the
got a little bit of
career.
pushback.
Okay, go
I got
ahead.
a little bit of pushback on what you're saying, because while he did have a hand in making her career, because she was very unknown. I remember when I first saw her, it was like in 2016. She was on a Twitch. They both were on a Twitch stream with DJ Academics. I remember seeing them. Now, while he may have made her career, she also had a hand in helping his career, because a lot of dudes, he has a hardcore fan base. That's true. But the vast majority of the casual people that watch him only watch him really because of her and the other women that he has on his podcast when they're on there.
You talking
If
about
you've
plug
ever
talk? Hold on.
not just plug talk, Adam 22 too, because if you look at the numbers versus like when he has like regular rappers on and business people versus when he had like actual slurs on his on his stuff, man, you could see that the numbers were a little bit more pumped up when he was doing podcasts with her, and he was also doing podcasts with other chicks that were in the industry too.
You talking about
So she had
you talking about when he bring people from the industry and put them on No Jumper? Did the
Yeah.
numbers go up?
Yeah, because a lot of those people that they know mutually. So I'd say both of them had a hand in helping each other's career to a certain extent. We can argue about how much, but both of them had a hand in helping each other's career, because he got a lot of attention when he was bringing Lena around. Come on, I was there in the beginning.
All right, bro, you made your point. Bro, you made your point. All right. Here's the deal. The No Jumper podcast was already a successful podcast, and it already had millions of views. If you already got millions of subscribers and get millions of views, and then you bring on some titties, yes, you're going to see a bump. But to give her credit for the titties, that the thing that the titties that's willing to come on his show because of what he built, It's like, no, he built that. That's why they're willing and ready and able to come on to get in front of all those eyes to pick up more followers to their OnlyFans or get more clicks on their stuff. So no, that's the thing that he built. That's his shit. And the thing that's her shit, it blew up and it translated because of what he already had established. So you can't give her credit for the porn stars that's coming over. I mean, put it like this. If you take the success of No Jumper out of the equation, and then just some middle of the pack, don't nobody really know her name, porn star says, hey, I'm going to start a podcast and I'm going to try to get the biggest porn stars in the business to come to my little podcast that nobody knows about. Like, no, that wouldn't necessarily jump. That wouldn't necessarily blow up. But you put No Jumper, you brand No Jumper with a porn podcast. Now this no-name porn star can go to the A-list of porn and get the biggest porn star on there. And now she has the biggest porn podcast because of him. So that's why I say if that porn podcast that they also couple with doing a scene with the person they interview all came from this, all of that stems from the success of No Jumper. So I stand on that. He made her. I don't know how you can get around that.
Okay, so that's great, and that's fine. I get it. I'll concede that he made her. It really ultimately don't matter, because when you open up yourself, when you open up yourself in that type of situation anyway, you get exactly what you get in the whole situation. I don't understand what the big deal is. She's a porn star. That her literal skill is her beauty and her body. Who cares? I don't understand why people even care.
Well, he cared if he's saying he almost shitted on himself when he thought about it.
I get that he cares. He cares because he's directly involved in the situation. I mean, I guess if I was him in that situation, yeah, I'd care, but I don't want to. I genuinely don't understand why. There's other things you can talk about with Adam. This ain't it. This
is definitely the trending news. And whenever I never understand it where somebody makes the why do you care argument. I mean,
no, I only asked. The only reason why I asked was because there's, like I said, there's other stuff that's been going on with him that's had his podcast in kind of a downward spiral. I just don't understand why people are focused on this one particular subject, because before that he was linked with messing around with minors, and he admitted out of his own mouth. So for this to really be trending, it seems more like he's already been having trouble with his podcast because he actually admitted that he was messing around with a minor that he knew was a minor, and then he tried to walk it back, and he's also lost employees over that too. The only reason why I'm saying why do we care is because there are other things that we could be talking about with Adam other than who the hell his porn star wife is doing a scene with. Is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Well, this is fresh. That's why it's trending news. And as far as, him dealing with the minor, people have known about that for years, and he still gets criticism for that. Earlier this year, he had somebody on there. Well, one of the guys on his podcast, I forgot his name, but he was in the video that was shown earlier. Had a guy on there that kind of was on the live stream, and he pretty much, I'm not going to say ambushed him, but his name is like Perv Buster or something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And he was brought that up, and that that stirred up something at that time too. So it's something that
you don't want to say he ambushed him, but I don't think it was that big. I don't think the actual ambush. And I mean, Adam already said something about it in the first place. The only thing I'm saying is, like, this whole, is he a cuck or is he not a cuck? Like, this shit, like, he's messing with a porn star. There's really that's kind of baked in the cake.
The reason that I don't think is baked in the cake is because for 6 years' time they had a system. You can play around in the industry. I'll even help you in the industry. You just can't have sex with another man. You could do lesbian scenes with women, or we could do scenes together, and that's what we're going to do. And they had that deal going for 6 years. Then he gets married, and now she's throwing down the gauntlet. Yeah, I'm about to have sex on camera with a man.
Like I said earlier, though, we know about what they were doing on camera, but I highly doubt that she was in that situation where she wasn't already having side dudes. It's just this is the first time. My theory is this is the first time that she's actually been on camera with another dude. Sure, but she's been having her fun too. Ain't no fucking way some woman that's an actual porn star is going to agree to a one-way open relationship.
Yes, they will.
Yes, she is, because he got the power.
Yeah, okay. If y'all believe that, then unicorns are real. Yeah, you could say he don't got no power in a relationship. If as soon as he put the ring on her finger, now she's doing an adult scene with dudes. You could probably say that if they weren't married.
He had power and leverage, and then he lost it.
Yeah.
Yes. How did he lose it?
Because he signed those legally binding documents. That's what happened.
Yeah, and she slipped in the cut clause.
And he folded. Yeah,
because he had no choice. He already put the ring on her finger. Once you put the ring on her finger, you really don't have too much choice. It's either do what I say or I leave. But then she'll still leave anyway. But you're just buying yourself some time.
Well, I think
that's all it really is.
I think we're pretty much missing the business aspect of it, because I just don't believe even after marriage he would allow her to smash other dudes. I think he pretty much allowed this because it was attached to the business and they were making a film.
That's cute. There are dudes that are married that are doing this all the time. They're just not making money off of it. At least you could at least say he's making money off it. But there are dudes that are married that are in open relationships that they didn't want in the first place. So if you can't believe that, the only saving grace in this whole situation is that it's a business deal. But dudes are doing this whole situation where they get married and then she decides she wants to open everything up within the marriage because she got all the leverage. Because when you put the ring on her finger, that's when all your leverage goes out the window. And what little leverage that you do have, you don't have that much to begin with.
No, he had a lot of leverage before the marriage. And
okay. So if he had the leverage, why marry her? If it was just a business aspect of the whole situation, why marry her? If he had all the leverage.
I mean, clearly this man is he's not thinking properly as a man should. So I mean, he married her because he loved her. So he married her, and he clearly just don't have the balls to just say, look, I understand what you were. I understand that we're connected to the porn industry. I understand that we have a OnlyFans. I understand that we do stuff on our OnlyFans. I understand that we bring women in and you do stuff with women, and sometimes we do stuff with women together. I'm not good with you getting piped down by Mecca Tyrone. If he don't have the balls to just say that, then clearly there's something weak about him in respect to their relationship.
Bernard, let me slip something in real quick. The fact of the matter is, if he had any balls, it doesn't matter whether he was getting money on the deal or not. He would have either never been in that type of situation where he was even opening it up at all. Because the moment you open it up, you lose all leverage. You don't have leverage because she's going to come back around at some point. If she's not already doing it, she's going to come back around and say, well, you already, I gave you a chance to be with other women.
No. That's where he say, no, you didn't give me shit. Because I could be with other women.
You could say that.
No, hold on. You can. She can't tell him that she gave him anything.
Clearly she can. She did.
Okay, if he's thinking logically and moving from a masculine standpoint, moving from a position of strength, then he understands that she can't tell him, well, I let you do this, I let you do that. He was like, no, he could be like, no, I'm a self-made. You got to mute up, bro. That's all this in the background. He could be like, no, I am a successful, self-made millionaire. I could have sex with all of these women with or without you. Now I do love you. I bring you into this. We got our kids. You living in my mansion. I'm taking care of you, and this is our life. And you still want to stay connected to this industry in some way. This is how we could do it. We can, we can do stuff on the OnlyFans together. We can make a podcast because that's what I'm great at. And we can make a podcast and cross advertise, and we could make a porn podcast. We can even, make it a thing where we have sex with the people that we interview on the podcast. We could do all of that. He could have stayed in that full position and drew a hard line, but no, you ain't, Lexington Steel and Mandingo ain't coming through piping you down. That's the deal. He could have drew that hard line. And so what if she come back, 6-7 years later, say, well, I let you do this. No, you couldn't stop me from doing that because I was doing that before you and I'm doing it now. And that just is what it is. Like he was in position to write his ticket and call his shot, and she had to either accept it or not accept it. Like that's the position he was in. He yielded and he folded, and now he on TV on his podcast talking about how he got the bubble guts thinking about it, and he got to deal with a whole week worth of content of people clowning him, and so no, he yielded and he folded, and he didn't have to, but he did.
No, I get what you're saying, Bernard. I really do. There's also a lot of other layers. The fact that one, they have a kid together, so that's one part of leverage. That she could have easily leveraged that kid against him. So again, it don't matter how much balls you got. The moment that you even participate in this shit, we're talking about logical and rational, if you want to keep your woman away from other dudes, it stands to reason you probably shouldn't open up your relationship, or don't marry a porn star, or have a kid with one.
That part I agree with. I no doubt agree with that. That you don't marry a porn star.
The moment he made the porn star his girlfriend, first of all, you don't mix business and pleasure. If you're going to be doing business, don't be mixing your honey where you make your money. That was really his first fuck up. He basically was an online pimp that basically married his bottom bitch, and his bottom bitch had had a reverse Uno card. Oh, you got to do this.
Was he in the industry before her? I don't think.
I don't think he was. He was just a podcaster.
Yeah, I think he was just a podcaster, and then he got with her,
and she got him into it.
And then he you probably already know, but he would let her do girl or do content with him and another girl before marriage and while they were boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah, even doing like girl, there's some dudes be like, yes, let's do that. But I'm just that opens up too many gateways. He fucked himself. He opened up Pandora's box, and now we're discussing him letting a porn star do a scene with letting her do her job. That's crazy. That's her only skill is like her body. And you think you're going to limit her from being able to do her job? That's crazy.
Her job?
Yes, she is literally a porn star. That's all she's known for.
Okay, fuck her.
That is her job.
Yeah.
That's her career.
Yes. Fuck her career. Yes.
Yeah, he was enjoying the fruits of the career until it came to this point. Is what I'm trying to say.
And at that point, fuck her career. Let's shut it all down.
You can't have it both ways, though. Yes, you can't enjoy the.
Yes, you can.
No, we can't. Obviously, he can't.
Yes. Hold on. He literally can. He can say that. Okay, you're getting older. You're trying to do this last hurrah to make your OnlyFans pop before you get out of the industry. She literally said that. He could just say, nope, we can just end it right now. He could have said, we're going to end it right now. And we already got a kid or some kids. He said that she wanted some more kids. So yes, let's start making some more kids. And you could just stay at home. I make $2 million a month. And you can just stay at home and be mother of the year. You don't got to go out with a bang. No pun intended.
Okay. You can say that. but considering how this situation went down, obviously he didn't have the leverage at all.
How did the situation go down?
What are you talking about? What are we talking about right now? Let's not play dumb.
No,
what are we talking about? Her doing the scene with another man, and clearly he's not very fond of it. He's trying to put on a brave face. Even on Twitter, he was trying to save face, basically saying, yes, I'm a cuck, and I'm fine with it. But ultimately, he's not fine with it. If he had all the leverage that you're saying he had, he would have already shut it down. He wouldn't even have to bring it up. Or if he was somebody that actually was engaging in it and that's what he liked to do, he wouldn't have to go on a damage control or be worried about people clowning him, because the people that are actually interested in this stuff, they don't care what the fuck you think. But he clearly cares. He doesn't have any of the leverage that you think he does, because if he did, he could have shut it down and we would have never heard of people about this.
No, she asked him if he didn't want her to do it, she wouldn't do it.
Oh, but hold on.
She gave him the out, so there.
I get that, but that's like that's a half-ass out. That's if you don't want me to do it, no, because if you really if you really thought that I was going to be against it, you would have never asked in the first place.
Why would she think that when he lets her make content, period?
Exactly my point. Stop playing dumb with me right now. He has none of that. He has not. I am making sense right now, and you are just too slow to keep.
He allows her to.
Yes, that's the whole point of what I'm saying. Is that he's allowing her. Therefore, if he is allowing her to do, leverage. He doesn't. Clearly he doesn't. He's not fond of the idea of her doing another scene with another dude. He literally said that. If you read actual body language and if you read body language, he clearly was in distress. He was clearly in distress.
It sounds like you're making two different.
I'm not
at the same time. I'm
not making two different points.
Let me explain why I think that. Okay. At one point, you're saying that she did what he allowed her to do. That means clearly you're acknowledging she was listening to him. She was following his lead. He was like, okay, you can stay in the industry, but you only can mess with girls on camera and you can mess with me on camera. And for 6 years, she followed his directives.
Mm-hmm.
And now what we're looking at is him caving in, him folding. Him bending the knee. That's what we're watching.
So how much do we know about what else he's bent the knee about in private? We only know about stuff in public. Because again, no, but that's all I'm doing. I'm just asking the question. You don't have to answer it. I'm not making a separate point. I am making the same point. You're just too slow to ride along. So just give me a second. No, because I'm not playing dumb. I'm not playing dumb. I'm not playing dumb right now. Because what we're doing is playing dumb.
You're playing Cuck Defense Force. That's what.
No, I'm not playing Cuck Defense Force. Now you're just playing stupid.
No, you're
doing that thing where you're playing dumb. I'm speaking back. No, you're playing. And now you're saying I'm a cuck.
Defense Force. That's what you're doing.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I just literally said that he doesn't have any leverage, and you ask it how, and I explain how, and then your other panelist is acting like he's too stupid to understand it. I explained how. You could start out with leverage and then lose it because you give up, you give in on one little thing, it starts to grow and grow and grow. So what got to the point where she's doing something that clearly he's not cool with?
Okay, and
how much did he give way on in those 6 years? He might have had the control in years 1 and 2, maybe even 3. But what happened the rest of those years up to this point that got him to cave on something that he clearly was against from day one? This always happens.
All right. Okay. So see, now it sounds like you just contradicted yourself, but maybe
I didn't.
Maybe you
no.
Wait. I just said maybe you didn't. It sounds like you're saying that from the absolute very start, even while doing the Plug Talk Porno podcast, even while doing threesomes with the female porn stars that came on the podcast with him, while she's doing scenes with girls on their OnlyFans page. With all of that was going on that whole time, he was not okay with it. Is that your argument?
No, that's not what I'm. That's not the argument I'm saying.
It sounds like
no.
in one hand. It sounds. I'm just telling you how it sounds. It sounds like in one hand you're saying that he was mad. Probably he was managing and controlling the situation, and she was following his directives. And then on the other hand, you're saying he wasn't okay with none of this from the start.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying he was okay with the stuff that he benefited from.
Mm-hmm.
And he could have had control over the situation for like the first 3 years. But this has happened in so many relationships where a dude is hard set against something. Then the longer that he's with the woman, he'll soften up on some things because he quote unquote loves her and has a kid with her. And that she can grind him down. A woman can comply with a lot of shit that you say in the beginning, in the short term, play the long game, grind you down a little bit until eventually, bam, the ring gets on her finger, and she's doing exactly what he's clearly said that he wasn't comfortable with. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he wasn't okay with the stuff that he benefited from. I'm saying that if a dude can have control in the beginning, he could be hard set, and the woman could play along. And we've seen this before. We've heard dudes in the manosphere complain about that plenty of times. But I'm contradicting myself by saying he don't have leverage now. He clearly don't, because he's doing something that he don't want to do. He's admitting to it. He's trying to save face in the whole situation. Right. That's what I'm saying.
Everything that you just said right there is basically everything that I've been saying. Like that part right there that we agree on.
I know. I wasn't.
He had control of the situation, and then he lost control of the situation, and now he's acquiescing to some stuff that he don't like, that he's not comfortable with. Because
see, here's the thing, though. I was never disagreeing with what you were saying, Bernard. I was talking to your other panelists. No, I was not disagreeing with what you were saying. The only thing I pushed back on was the fact that why do we even care about what a porn star is doing? This is his only skill. That's the only thing I push back on. But everything else I've agreed with. It was your other panelists that was trying to argue a point that I wasn't really trying to argue in the first place.
Yeah, and even then with that argument, that's not a good argument. You're talking about with a porn star, that's the only skill. Okay, that's why I say fuck her skill, fuck her career. She's that big in her career because he made her that big in her career. He makes millions of dollars. Yes. He don't have to do that. He could shut that shit down at any point.
That's the whole point. He doesn't have to do it, but he's going to do it anyway. Why? Because he loves that woman. The moment that love comes into,
he's yielding. Yeah, he's yielding. He's being and I can't stand on his square. He can't demand nothing because he got to give. He got to put that woman first and give her what she wants. So yeah, it's some simp shit. It's some simp shit. That's what we're witnessing. It's some simp and some cuck shit, and that's what we're witnessing. That's what we're witnessing. But all right, goddamn. Let me get to some super. I think I don't even know if I'm up to date on the super chats. Super Duper says, look like they both are freaks and making money together. I mean, that's definitely what it looked like before he, came on the podcast with his voice cracking, talking about what she's doing. She's doing something that he's not comfortable with. But it did look like they were some freaks making money together. Now it looked like one person is veering off the path that they were on together. That's what it looks like now. Thank you for the super chat. Do appreciate that. We got Carlo in the building, says even Umar would not do this foolishness. No, Umar's foolishness is a different type of foolishness. I wouldn't put Umar in this conversation. That's wrong. That's disrespectful to Umar Johnson. His foolishness is a whole different brand, breed, and creed of foolishness. But right now, while we got a break in the action, shout out to the great deacon, poet, and philosopher, Salty Balls and Machismo TV.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Salty Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
All right, make sure you go and subscribe to Machismo TV. Make sure you go and subscribe to Machismo TV. Just put the link in the chat room. Azrael, Azrael's remedial tech skills. If you know, you know on that one. That's a throwback to a previous intense conversation, or just overall goings on in the space where, Anyway, he says, I'm just here to cap and pretend like I'm going to get cybersecurity certification. I'm better than all of you because I'm a smart monkey. Wow. If you would use the ninja emoji, I would have understood, but that looked like a whole damn monkey emoji. Let me wide.
That is the monkey.
That is the monkey emoji. Yeah, that is a very peculiar emoji to use, I must say. Very peculiar emoji to use. But all right. But no, that's some funny stuff. No, but thank you. Thank you very much, Azrael. Do appreciate that. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Machismo TV, the best Manosphere clip channel in the business. Goddamn. Something is going wrong with my computer, but we probably about to wrap this thing up pretty soon anyway. But go ahead. You can give your thoughts on that. RM, grab the link to. I can't get the link to nothing. Grab the link to my that pre-record that I dropped this morning. Grab the link to that and get that ready to go for the end of the show. But go ahead. What's your thoughts or final take on this?
Yeah, personally, I don't know. I think it's obviously he cucked out and he chose to go that route. For what reason? I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure the corn business affected his decision making into allowing her to get piped out by some BBC. So I'm sure he pretty much acquiesced to that based on the content that he could make and the money he could make. And then he didn't expect the fallout to be so great. And I don't think he expected to feel a way personally about her doing that, because to him at first it was just a business move. After it happened, that's when his gut started bubbling. So that's my final thoughts.
Yeah. I don't even think it was so much a business move. I think it was just something that she wanted to do because it would be great for her and her career, because that's the biggest question that they say they get, that, will you ever do a scene with another man? That's what the fans been wanting. And so, yeah, they'll make some money, but when you're already making millions on top of millions, he even said they could probably get another extra million a month if they took sponsorship deals and all kind of stuff like that. Like, so, I mean, I can't see it as a money play. I really can't. It's just she wanted to do it type of play. That's more or less what it is. Put the link to my pre-record in the back chat. The link to that pre-record in the back chat, if you got it in the private chat. Shout out to the Black Manosphere deleted live streams. Nah, we a better Manosphere clip channel. Well, I swear I should delete that. I mean, I should block that. That looks so trolly. I guarantee you don't got not one single piece of content on there. I guarantee you don't got not one single piece of content on there. But thank you for the $5 super chat. I do appreciate that. Let me get that off the screen. I do appreciate it, but you full of it. Go subscribe to Machismo TV. But as on your way out the door, ladies and gentlemen, go watch the pre-record that I just dropped. It was an interesting one. A couple people gave a take on it. Abin Preach, I think, dropped it. I think O'Shea gave his take on it. I'm not 100%. Yeah, I think O'Shea did. Yeah. Yeah, about the nature of the game with Fresh and Fit, how they bring on the bouncy bimbos and they argue and debate. Well, Myron Gaines argue and debate and go back and forth with them, and people pay Fresh and Fit to do that. But why do the chicks keep coming back? Well, because they be picking up OnlyFans subscribers. So it's an interesting debate and concept of whether or not the whole Fresh and Fit part of the game is to feed a small percentage. I broke down the numbers on how small of a percentage of the audience they got to feed back into the matrix of simping in order for the whole thing to work, for the OnlyFans chicks to keep coming back. It's like a circular thing. So
Yeah, I seen that. It was a good video.
So definitely go watch that. Don't just click off the video. Let that be your exit on the way out the door, because we about to get up out of here. So let that be your exit on the way out the door. Drop that one in there. Drop that one in there. One more again, just in case they missed it. One more again. Spam it out with that one as we walking up out the door. Spam that one out. But I'd like to thank everybody in the building. Appreciate each and every one of you. Everybody who like, share, subscribe, super chat, cash app, did anything to support the stream in any way, shape, or form. Shout out to Salty Balls. Definitely appreciate all of your support. Salty Balls. Yes, I know that was definitely a troll channel. That was definitely a troll channel. But shout out to Salty Balls. Appreciate your support. Make sure y'all go and subscribe. Man, go subscribe to Machismo TV. But what I was trying to say, make sure y'all go and click this link and watch that pre-record that I dropped earlier today. Help get it in the algo. I appreciate it. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Peace. We gone. All right.